Hey everybody, welcome back. It is time for another show. I swear the weeks go by so quickly. It's crazy. If you guys are new to my channel, let me introduce myself. My name is Yonci. Please feel free to drop your city and state so I can see where you are watching from. My mission here with all of my content is to try to bridge the communication gap between men and women. I feel like there are way too many gender roles that are going on, and we shouldn't be fighting with each other. We should be trying to work together because I feel like we're at our best when we work together. If you haven't done so already, please take a second to subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on my Facebook page, my Instagram page, and occasionally I tweet on Twitter, but it's not worth writing home about. So that's where you can find me, everywhere on social media. And last but not least, I have to tell you about my Sunshine Club. My Sunshine Club is on Facebook. It is a group where we keep each other accountable and motivated, and we practice healthy habits daily, habits that are known for success. All right, we are going to get right into it. Today, we're going to be talking with some group members. We're going to be talking with a panel of friends. I have two friends in the green room right now. I'm going to see who else has joined us, if any. But we're going to be talking about gender roles. All right, so let's see who's in here. Y'all know I got to get situated. You guys are welcome to take your stuff off of mute. We can get into this topic. We have Charmante and Ben, and funny thing is, both of you guys are new to YouTube, so welcome to YouTube. I promise it won't be painful.
Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. All right. Hey, y'all. Hi, everybody.
Hey. Would you guys like to say what city you are joining us from, or you can always plead the fifth?
You go ahead. You can go ahead, Shamante. You can go first.
Shamante, I'm in Atlanta.
All right, Benjamin, are you pleading the fifth?
No,
You look like you're in the witness protection with the like silhouette.
You see the silhouette?
You look like you're in the witness protection.
I'm driving right now, y'all. I'm going to be in the light here in a little bit. But my name is Benjamin, or Ben, however, whatever you want to call me. Charlotte.
Perfect. Yes, he was a trooper. I talked him into coming on so I could start at the top of the hour. So shout out to you, Ben, for joining us, and Charmante for coming. All right, so let's get into gender roles. So I had this thought a couple weeks ago, and I did a few posts on Instagram. By the way, it's really funny how some women get triggered, which I'll talk about that in a little bit because I'm being messy, so I won't start out with being messy. But I will say this. Back in the day, okay, take away the negative stuff where, people will say, oh my God, you want women barefoot in the kitchen without rights. We're not going to go to that extreme, but let's just say we can cherry pick. I feel like there was a lot of positive that came from gender roles because you knew your place. Not your place as in respect, but you knew your lane. You knew what you were doing. And I feel like from a realistic standpoint, it just worked if you had a one income, because one person could be outside of the home making a living, the other person could be taking care of the home, which is a full-time job if you're really doing it right. So I feel like there are a lot of pluses, but nowadays, with there being such an emphasis on women being financially independent, there has been a shift away from the homemaker role. So I want to really explore where we are now. If all in all, you guys think we're netting something good by doing away with gender roles for the most part, or if you think it's hurting us overall to do away with gender roles. So I'm just going to ask that broad question at first.
You want to take a crack at it first, bro?
I'll go first. So y'all be saying
overall,
was it better, or did it help us? Was it conducive to society, or was it detrimental to society if they took away for gender roles? Is that what you're asking overall?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think gender roles has necessarily been taken away or removed per se. I think there's been more of an emphasis on women equality. Mm-hmm. Past financial status, just respect. I think gender roles is really specific to the relationship, and I say that because I believe there's three fundamental practices for a strong relationship, right? So it's communication first, affection, reassurance, male and female. But communication is where it stems from when it comes to the gender roles. So I think that in order for a partnership or a relationship to work, each person has strengths or weaknesses. And within those strengths or weaknesses, that's where the quote unquote roles or gender roles are generated from.
But is it then gender if it's based on your expertise? Because I feel like people either.
What should it?
No. What I'm saying is, and by the way, Charmante, Anthony said that you're coming for a headboard spot because you got the headboard tonight. That was funny, Anthony. No, what I'm saying is, I feel like traditionally people have been assigned roles just because of their gender. Like, you're a woman, therefore you're going to do this. Versus nowadays, I feel like it's more common to do what you're saying, which is, I'm going to assign you the role based on your skill. So if Charmante and I are in a relationship and he's really good at cooking, he's just going to do the cooking because that's what he's really good at. And maybe I don't know how to even boil a pot of water or make toast. But maybe my job is, $200,000 and I can easily take care of the family. I feel like modern times, hey, Sai, I feel like modern times we assign it by whatever you're good at or who wins the argument. But I don't see a lot of gender roles. Let me be more specific. I don't see a lot of gender roles today for women. I do see gender roles for men, i.e., take out the trash, pump the gas, open the door, pay most of the bills. I do see those roles. I don't see the men's gender roles changing at all. But the women's gender roles, I don't see them. I don't see them very much.
Well, I think the thing that I looked at, and I think a lot of times that's often overlooked, is when we think about the gender roles of the past, it was based on the way society was actually set up anyway. So that was a time women didn't have many rights. They wasn't in the workforce or anything like that. So they was at home raising the kids because that was sort of that was their place in a sense. They wasn't going out to work. The man was actually going out to work. Over time, women wanted the rights, equality, things like that. They got it. They was able to get in the workforce and things like that. And that's when the roles started to change socially and financially. You know what I'm saying? So the roles, I wouldn't say the roles changed. The structure of it didn't have to change. You still, the man is the protector. He probably took care of 70, 80% of the bills. The wife might have took care of the smaller amount of bills. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. As time progressed on, it became more about finances. And women gradually started to increase their finances through education, degrees, things like that, getting higher positions. Whereas, the men had, a slow progression in that, whether it was structured that way, like, control, we're not promoting black men for, we want to keep them stagnated so they're not the breadwinners in the home, things going into the streets, trying to get the quick buck, want to hustle, wind up going to jail. So that there are other dynamics at play that kind of impacted the male.
Yeah.
So as time, go ahead, my bad.
No, I just said, I was agreeing with you.
So over time, it threw everything off balance because now we're looking at finances and the women are like, well, I'm making all the money now. You're making less.
Right.
So they become, if we base it on finances, then women are technically moving into the head of the household because they make the most money. When you do your taxes, who's the head of the household or who's making the most cap, that's what they're going to go off of.
Yeah.
So that tend to alter the way that we handle our love relationships sometimes. So now women have less respect for a man because look, I'm taking care of you, things like that. So it's a lot of dynamics that go into it. Things could still be the same way as my man was saying, is that it's based on the situation or the relationship that you build. What you agree upon in your relationship is determined, what the roles are. You know what I mean? And as a man, even if she makes more than me, I'm still gonna take out the trash. I'm gonna still go pump the gas. I'm gonna still cut the grass. I'm gonna still make sure the house maintenance done, the plumbing, because I don't see her doing the manual labor, even though she may be capable. I'm gonna handle the manual. I'm still gonna protect the house. If somebody outside in the yard, I'm gonna be the first to go out because that is an assigned or implied role that I have. She doesn't necessarily have to cook. Mm-hmm. I'll cook as well, because some things are, as we say, I would say unisex, if I may say. There's no role of who does what. As long as the family is fed, the kids are fed, it shouldn't matter. But if it's other things like making sure the house is beautified, I'm not into home decor. I'm not into the putting paintings on the wall and all the other stuff. She may be. So she may be the one to make the house a home, right, versus me, as long as I make sure that the foundation is solid in terms of protection and all the other, stuff like that. So
do you feel like there's men will become resentful that their roles are never going to change, but a woman's is fluid? Meaning you were saying there's certain things that you just identify with being a man. If I could put it into words, like, I'm not going to have her protecting the house. I'm not going to have her mowing the lawn. And I'm sitting there. So you have internalized that as this is something a man should do. Do you feel like men are going to end up resentful that there aren't roles for women like that? That there aren't roles that women are saying, I just wouldn't even feel like a woman if I didn't do this. I can't just sit back and let my man do this. Do you feel like there's going to be, because that's what I kind of am starting to see men say, which is why I'm kind of playing devil's advocate right now. A lot of these guys are talking about, what do you bring to the table and all that, which I hate that question being asked directly, but I can understand somebody asking that question theoretically or in general, like, what are women bringing to the table? Because a lot of guys take pride in bringing the finances. So if the woman is bringing the finances, but quote unquote nothing else, I feel like I see a lot of men feeling displaced, kind of like, where's my role? Where do I fit in? What's my piece? Which is what I'm curious to explore. Anthony says, women are these days screaming equality, and yet they carry the burden of emotions that men don't have. Women definitely do express their emotions a lot more. I do think that we are swayed a lot more by our emotions. Hey, Akira. Thank you for joining in. So it's interesting. What do you think, Ben? Do you think that there are any roles that you see as specifically a woman's role, like a man's role to protect or to, do heavy lifting and things like that?
Yeah, I've been trying to think of someone while you were talking this whole time.
I literally can't. I remember my ex-husband told the story.
I don't think I can. I don't think I can really pinpoint a role.
And I think while you're thinking about it, that's where I think the men that I've heard being frustrated are getting frustrated by, because there is a call for equality, but it seems as though things are only changing on the woman's side for her benefit.
It's not.
What'd you say?
It's not that. It's not that.
Okay, share your thoughts.
I think what it is that we for years, men have been bashed over the head with that same comment. What you bring it to the table, what you bring it to the table, what you bring it to the table. So now it's at a point where when men get to a certain point to where they're in a financial status to where they holding their own, it's sort of like now back at you. What are you bringing to the table besides physical contact? You know what I'm saying? Because we've been hearing that so much, and I'm not justifying some of these guys. Some of these guys may be straight up dickheads. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's just a rebuttal after hearing it so long. It's like, okay, well, what are you bringing to the table besides sex? You know what I'm saying? Because I can cook my own meals. If I'm 40, I'm 45.
You would have started by now.
Right. I'm 45 and single. I wash my own clothes. I cook my own meals. I take care of my bills, finances, car, everything. I'm doing it all. Only thing I can't do is I can physically satisfy myself if I choose to.
Right.
Or I could do as someone I see now saying, just get you somebody that's transactional.
Yes.
Okay. If that's the case, well, cool. I can do that. Do my little piece, and then I'm back to myself.
Yeah.
But if I'm gonna be in a relationship and build a home, and you're saying, hey, I want to be in love with you, and the only thing that I'm hearing is just take care of me. You know what I'm saying? Which I get is, you could say the social norm is the man is to take care of the home. Cool. But when you come at the approach of what you bring into the table, I'm bringing all this, and only thing you got to offer me is this. Well, I can be transactional and not even have to deal with everything that comes with that. I don't have to have no obligation. I can have my freedom to be with any woman I want. So I think that's where that guy is thinking at that moment. It's not really that he don't understand the role. I think it's moreover it's like a sort of a checkmate or a stalemate to women saying, you come at me with this, let me put it back on at you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's frustrating that women hears this because it seems like, oh, he just want to be these type guys, when that's, in some cases, that's not what it is. It's like, I need something from you. Your role is to be my cheerleader. Because if I got to go out to work, take on society, argue with the CEOs of my job, my manager on my back, police in the street, being gang, thug, whatever, then I got to come home and I got to argue with you at the same time. It's like, yo, I don't need that in the home. So when I get home, build me up. You know what I mean? Whether it's showing me the affection, talking to me how my day is, so on and so forth. Like, be my cheerleader. And I think that if it was less of it seemingly that women are attacking men and more with just like, being humble with it, I think a lot of this would actually change. But it's so much men versus women that is clouding the thought process of everybody.
Okay. I want to welcome Kim, who just joined in, and Essence. We have a lot of first-time YouTubers tonight, which is very exciting. I love my classic panel, but it's always fun to mix it up too. So, ladies, I don't know if they're going to be coming on camera this evening, but you're always welcome to come in just with audio if you would like. And I know Ben is going to be coming back on once he gets settled inside because he's driving on his commute. But would either of you ladies like to chime in as far as the topic, which I will bring it up for you guys, talking about gender roles, where traditionally the women were inside the home, the men were outside the home. But now that the women are also outside the home, it seems as though the men have continued with their gender roles, i.e. taking out the trash, lifting heavy objects, pumping gas, that kind of stuff. But the women's gender roles are basically non-existent. I have for some time now been posting that question on various platforms, and no one has been able to give me an example of a gender role. And when I say gender role, I mean something that somebody would say, she's not even a real woman if she doesn't do it. The same way if you were to see a guy standing up and a woman sitting down, or a woman standing up on a bus and a man sitting down, immediately his masculinity is being questioned because that's his universal gender role assignment. So, ladies, if you would like to tackle this, I would love to hear your thoughts. Shout out to Namuel. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. And hey, Natasha, welcome. Thanks for the love. And then Anthony says in the comments, when men are commanded to love unconditionally while women are told to submit, submission is a choice. Interesting. All right, I'm not sure if they're going to chime in yet. Give them a second. Ladies, if you would like to chime in. So I just want to be, just put the thought out there because I am a self-proclaimed advocate for men. The reason why is because I feel that there are so many platforms and spaces, safe places for women to really speak their mind. And as Sharmanti mentioned, they can be very derogative even, and everyone will just cheer. But if a man, out of his vulnerability, expresses himself or what he wants or what he's not going to put up with, he's considered like not a real man or bitch or whatever the case may be. And I would like women to just take a look and see, are we possibly having double standards? Are we possibly asking the men, hey, continue and be traditional while I am not traditional, but I want to enjoy all the traditions, that men have typically given. I had to look at that myself because I decided that I didn't want to be a domestic engineer. I didn't want to be cooking and cleaning and sitting around the house all day working and cleaning toilets. But then I did want the guy to be traditional and pay the bills. So it would be interesting to hear a woman's perspective on that. Ben, did you have anything you wanted to chime in over there, chefing it up for us?
I'm fixing some wine. We need some women feedback here.
I know they came in and one of them dipped out already. She said she gave the church finger. I imagine in my head. Oh no, she popped back on. Okay, we'll see what Essence has to say. And shout out those of you who are watching. Let me know what city and state you are watching from so I can shout you out and show you guys some love. Tonight's conversation is a little bit spicier than usual, so I don't want to scare anybody off, but I like to have the real discussions. And
really, I think Shemai hit it on the head though, for real. It's really simple. Men are very, very simple, and I think that's kind of looked past a lot of times. People try to overcomplicate things. Really, what we need, like Shemante said, is appreciation and emotional net. I mean, that's really it.
So you would be okay. Let me make sure I understand this correctly. So let's just say you and your partner work full time and you and your partner come home. There's nothing that you would need for her to take on when you guys get back home. You're okay with just splitting everything 50-50 as far as like stuff around the house.
Elaborate a little bit. You said, so we both were out all day, correct?
Mm-hmm. You're both working outside the home.
We were both working outside of the home all day, and we both got home at the same time.
Yeah.
Right? And we've come home, and now we have the home chores or whatnot to do.
Yes.
No, I think there should be an equal amount of tasks split between the two, because the whole situation, from the day to where you got home, it was equal. You both woke up, you both went to work, same amount of time, same amount of stress. You both came home. So split it.
So what about the roles that we talked about that are specifically, traditionally male roles? Like, so if you guys are going somewhere, let's say you both have really heavy bags, aren't you going to be carrying the bags?
Like I said, I agree with Shemante. The Lord created us naturally stronger than a woman. That's a natural born gift. That's not a skill that was acquired over time. So with that being said, as a natural born gift that was given from the Lord, it only makes sense to utilize that natural born gift in whatever chores that are around the house.
What about a critter? What about a critter that doesn't take strength? Let's say there's a critter, we hear a little scratching somewhere. Me and my husband are sitting there, and I feel if someone found out that he was like, babe, go see what that is, go catch it, I feel like he would get clowned if he let his wife get out of bed and go find the critter that was moving around somewhere in the house. I feel like there are a lot of, like, pumping gas. Pumping gas is not a physical strength thing, but that is something that a lot of people would look at sideways. Let's say we live in a colder climate, I'm outside in the cold pumping gas. There's a video that went viral this past week. Some lady was standing outside with her heels looking cute, pumping gas, and a whole grown man was sitting in the passenger seat. And this woman went off on him. Most people would look at that sideways. Like if a woman's dad pulled up somehow at the gas station at the same time and saw that his daughter was pumping gas and her husband was sitting in the seat, do y'all agree that most dads would be like, the hell?
I mean, and I get it, You know what I'm saying? Like I get how it looks. You know what I'm saying? I don't know all the situation, but he might be in there with a broken leg. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Not justifying it, but just saying, reasoning. You know what I'm saying?
But isn't that the expectation?
But now, don't get me wrong. I will get out and pump the gas only because of the fact that I know at the gas pump, anybody can walk up. You know, it might be somebody trying to rob. It could be some bum coming up harassing my girl or whatever. Nah, but got it, sit in the car, whatever. Gas pumping is, you know what I'm saying? I hate that sometimes things get blown out of proportion over something as simple as pumping gas.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I could be in the car asleep. You know what I'm saying? And she probably hopped out, whatever. You know, it's no telling the situation. But I think it also goes back to a lot of that is upbringing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had my uncles. You know, I didn't have a dad around, single mom. I had uncles that be like, yo, you know what I mean? Go to the gas station, pump gas. Some of these guys probably had nobody to even tell them that. So they're not logically thinking of the protection aspect when it comes to pumping gas. It's just like, oh, I'm finna go get the gas, boy. You're going to pump. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're looking at the simplicity side versus the possibilities.
But I gotta say this, and I'm dying to hear what Essence has to say. So this is my thing, though. I feel like we all agree that certain things are the man's job. Well, we all agree. I feel like we all agree that certain things are a man's job. What I'm just saying is, can we agree that there is hypocrisy, that there is not anything that is a woman's job where her womanliness is going to be questioned if she doesn't do it? That's all I'm trying to get in this debate.
And I'm not trying to overtalk.
No. This is how I like it.
But here's the thing, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't assign roles.
Okay.
Men are not the ones who's been in a position to assign roles. We know what that implied role is. If I am a man, something's heavy, I know that I need to pick it up because of the strength. When it comes to protection, because most women are fearful, I myself have to take on a role and put my life on the line for it.
Yeah.
If it comes to manual work in the yard, hot sun, blah, 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 cut the grass. If the brakes need to be changed on the car, not expecting her to get dirty because she's, you know, pretty and clean and prissy, I change the brakes. I change the oil. So those things are just natural implied instincts of a man. There's really no role set for a woman. The women are the ones that are actually trying to determine exactly what the roles are. Men aren't going to do that, because if men did that, we'll catch total hell. Ooh, there you go, your toxic masculinity, blah, blah, blah. You trying to tell me, assign me. We don't do that. It's the woman that actually, the woman is actually the ones who dictating and determining a lot of these things. And they're the ones that's changing a lot of these things. And then when things sort of shift to that, then it becomes a problem in some cases. I mean, and I'm not being toxic. It's just things that I'm observing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But see, and I will even say this, and Essence face is she's giving me so much with just her facial expressions. But just the fact that guys have to tiptoe and be so careful with how they speak, I even feel like that's the result of how the situation is. Y'all are being really, really nice. Y'all are being really, really nice. Let me see some of these comments. Okay. Namuel says that in African society, it's considered unmanly to do house chores. Excuse me, but with our generation, it's a no-brainer. He said men can do the work better. He said unless the man has some insecurities of some sort that make him feel like less of a man, which is not the case. Aldrian says, I hope I'm saying your name correctly, as a man, I desire honor and respect. Link says, most people should mind their own business 100%. People do not know the details of a stranger's situation. Anthony says, I wish a woman would try to pump gas while I'm there. Akira says, I can make more than a man, but he still holds his role and I'll never diminish that of him. Diminish him of that. Okay, so this is the thing though. I feel like, okay, y'all in the comments, can we agree that there are no gender roles for women? That's really like We'll just make it happy. You're muted, Essence. I don't know if you're sharing or if she's talking to somebody else. But she's...
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's muted. Oh, it sounds like...
But there are roles, though.
But like what?
Here again. And Ben probably understand where I'm coming from. You see how I pointed out the roles of what we do as men instinctively and implied?
Yeah.
Those same roles are there for women just the same as previously before they started getting into the workforce. However, we're not the ones to tell them to do that because we would catch hell.
Okay.
It should automatically be implied. It should automatically, instinctively, you know, hey, well, you know, babe got to eat. He been working hard, 12 hours, you know, let me just cook him something to eat. I'm not going to tell you that this is your role to cook and clean. It should automatically be known. If the clothes need to be washed, and he out there cutting the grass all day for 7 hours, making sure the lawn is beautified, and you just chilling in the house, you seeing the clothes need to be washed, wash the clothes. But I'm not going to tell you that's your role. I'm not going to write on here, this is my woman's duty. It should automatically be what it is. You know what I mean? Now, if I come in the house, the clothes ain't washed, and you gone, I'm always going to wash the clothes. Food, she working hard all day. She come home, I've been at the house all day. Baby got to eat, but let me go on and cook a steak and baked potato or whatever. Hey, here you go. So it's not any assigned roles. It should automatically, instinctively be known. You know what I'm saying? That's you know. But I can't tell you that because if I tell you that, now I'm controlling. I'm dominant. I'm, you know, all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
So we don't. It's a trap. It's a trap.
That equality, that goes to the equality aspect of it, though. That goes to the equality and the communication piece. And when I'm outside, say, just using that scenario, I'm outside mowing the grass or whatever, and then you know you take the initiative to fold the clothes, or that's being appreciated. You notice that I'm outside, you're like, okay, my baby's outside, he's doing what he's doing. Let me go ahead and get some stuff done in here too. That's right. That's being appreciated. It might not be.
I'm gonna fix him some Kool-Aid and take it outside to him because he's sweating. Let me fix him a glass of water or something. You know what I mean?
Little thing that day to day, and that's why it goes back to men are very simple. It doesn't take much for us to feel happy or feel of worth or that we add value in a relationship. It's the little things that are reciprocated back to us when we take the initiative to do certain things. So that's just to that point. Where are the women at, though?
I'm telling you, I have never seen the women be this quiet in the history of my YouTube channel.
Okay.
Let's go, Essence.
I'm trying to really understand what are we really talking about. Like both of y'all are giving all the right answers in a sense, but is that really the real get down? And Yonci, are we really talking about, you know, who would do what? You know, in consideration, or are we talking about who make the most and who should do just because they don't make the most?
So specifically exploring, because this is something that came to me that I was like, whoa, I realized that I could not name one role that was assigned to women simply because of her genitalia. Versus I could easily rattle off 10 things quick that is assigned to a man because of his genitalia. And furthermore, not only is assigned to him, but his masculinity and sexuality even will be questioned if he doesn't do it. Men are literally berated, taunted. Like you could even be maybe physically hit if you do certain things in certain circles that are considered not holding up your role. And so this isn't to shame women or put them down. I literally just want to shine a spotlight on it so that we can see when we're asking for something that is not equal across the board. Because I was saying, I don't know if you were already on there, but I was saying that I realized I really want a traditional man. But then when I looked at myself, I don't want to be a traditional woman though. But you can go ahead and be.
That's the question right there.
But it's all depending on the relationship.
Yes, that right there is the question. You want a traditional man, but you don't want to be a traditional woman. So what are you willing to do if you're not going to be that? And why are you expecting so much of him if you're not going to be that as well? Like me personally, I want a traditional man. I want a man to do everything for me. And I want to do everything for him. So, but I still feel like that is a traditional saying. Like, don't try to new age me. Take that shit up with your ancestors if you have a problem with the traditional get down. Because me personally, I'm going to go to work. I'm going to take care of my daughter. I'm going to run my business, the whole nine. But I'm also going to cook. I'm going to clean. I'm going to do all of those things because that's what I already do. So if you're looking for me to do those things and you're not contributing to, you know, we both live separately, you're not contributing to anything over here, but I'm still doing these wifely things. That's like, remember in the Friday chat, we were talking about, you know, when do you start showing tricks, you know, as far as sexual dating and all that? Like, why am I going to give you everything if you're not willing to give me everything? So...
But that goes both ways, though. That goes both ways.
Too. But did you see how I led? I led with, I want a man that's going to do everything for me because that's what he wants to do. Because I'm going to do the exact same thing. And if that's not your get down and you're looking for actual roles, no.
It's reciprocity. It's reciprocity. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, I'm giving to you, you giving to me. I don't know. And I didn't mean to cut you off. I just... It's everything. The man is expected to do everything except have the child. That's what it seems like. You expected to do everything but give birth. You know what I'm saying? Like, lay your life, give me your balls. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna give you a baby. You know what I mean? But if I say, here's what I want, we get the critique.
You're the worst person in the world.
You this, or you that. Or you wanted this, why is it hard for me to, if you got 20 things on the list that I got to meet, how come I can't ask for 3?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just at least let me get 3.
And that's...
I think that's all, it all depends on the person. Like, that's maturity because some of us, whatever the age is still maturity. Some of us look at IG to be, oh, he just, I got 24 dozen roses every single day and he's doing this, all I have to do is show up and look good. That's not what it really is. If you're not contributing in any part, like even if you stupid paid, if the man is paid, it's still certain things that he will want his girl to do.
Right.
Those who speak up on it, you're shunned for doing that. But those who don't, you just look stupid. But me personally, we always have the conversation of, whoever makes the most in a house should take on more of the bills. And that's a topic in itself. But it's so many variables to it. It depends on y'all relationship.
Right.
But I know just me personally, I want a full-on traditional man. I want him to be my provider, my protector, my preacher, my everything. And, with you being you, I'm going to be me. And it's going to come to a perfect union if it does.
And you're still willing to work on top of
it. Don't hold shit back just because. Don't hold nothing back just because, I didn't make dinner tonight.
And you said you're still willing to work on top of doing all that?
Well, I run 2 businesses already, so I'm not stopping nothing. It took me a minute to get this going. And
you feel me?
But see, this is where I struggle because
going.
Part of me is PTSD. I'm not going to lie. I'll be very direct. Part of me is PTSD from a former relationship where I felt like the money was the control. So part of that, and a lot of women struggle with that. So in their mind, theoretically, they would love to be Susie Homemaker who stays home and doesn't work outside the home. But there have been so many situations where the man just runs things and not in a positive way. He lords over them, basically. He's like a tyrant. To where these women have PTSD and they're like, I need to squirrel some money away because if he decides, and for those of you watching who don't know what I'm talking about, there are literally men who say, yeah, go ahead and leave if you want to.
They know.
Yeah, right? Go ahead and leave if you want to. You're not going to make it on your own or, trying to get started. You want to leave a toxic relationship or God forbid an abusive relationship and you can't even afford to put a down payment on an apartment, a house or show that you can afford an apartment. This is real stuff. So the idea of being completely dependent on a man is a really scary thing for a lot of people. But now if you look at it, that if you're actually, cooking and cleaning, because I was a homemaker for 12 years, that is a full-time job if you're really doing it. And if you have a house, like a decent sized house, 2 stories, whatever, just cleaning can be one full day. Trying to get in there, really clean bathrooms and scrub and all that stuff. And if you're cooking healthy foods, you're shopping a lot because this food doesn't save. You're not able to just put stuff in the freezer. You don't have boxed stuff that's preserved. So if you're actually cooking, you're spending, like I remember I would start out doing a full breakfast. By the time I clean the kitchen, got everything ready, it's time to prep for lunch. By the time lunch is over, it's time to prep for dinner. Then by the time dinner's done, I gotta clean up all the dinner dishes, tidy up. The kids have already messed up the house a little bit, whatever. It's a lot. So the idea of working a full-time job.
After.
You said what?
And look good and ready for sex after all.
Right. So it's like the idea, it sounds good to have a job and be this traditional woman, but for me, realistically, I don't think I could do it every single day. I don't think there'd be a lot of scrounge meals, like, okay, we about to do leftovers today. And I would like a situation where when I'm feeling it and I'm not tired, then I'm gonna cook. But other than that, I would kind of be like, all right, babe, let's come in here together. And that's why I've had to adjust on my traditional thing. And I'm down for a man who's willing to say, like, I'll cook 3 days out of the 7, and maybe one of the days we cook together, that type of thing. But I don't have it in me. And plus, I don't enjoy spending my entire day cleaning. I don't. It's not fulfilling enough. I'm a creative person. So that's why I've strayed away from the traditional side. Because I was just bored out of my mind.
I'm sorry.
No, I was done.
I feel like it should be a major, like let's take tradition. If we're going to take tradition off the table, let's just take it completely off the table. Like, because the last, my daughter's father, the last person I was with, he could cook his ass off. So that was his get down. And he will criticize your cooking when you do decide to cook. So that's why I didn't do much of that. But, like, right now, I run this, I run that, I do so many things that I can't see myself being just at home. But do I want some of those, supportive qualities? Absolutely.
Ben, you want to take a crack at this, bro?
Because
So I have a question.
Yesterday I felt completely that way because not like the kitchen sink. I'm under the sink with gloves on, fixing the garbage disposal. I'm like, where is the man at?
Yes.
I am doing everything in my power, looking good, running a business, being this perfect, on paper, person that should be a good partner. Where y'all at?
Yeah. And I'm glad you said that. I want to add this part, Essence. So this was something else that I brought up with guys. So a lot of guys would say when they have the what do you bring to the table question, they would say what Shermante said. I'm a grown man. I've been living on my own forever. I can do laundry. And so I started to feel like, well, what do you value from a woman? And then they of course they use the whole, I don't need you for sex because I can literally just pull a chick, which there are a lot of chicks who will just give up wifey, perks without wifey titles. So I don't disagree that they can easily get sex if they're a good looking guy. But for me, emotionally, it makes me wonder, is there anything that a guy emotionally gets from a woman that he can't get from just an orgasm? Like that is a momentary thing, which doesn't last a long time. But let's be honest. But like, is there nothing that makes you just feel at home? Like, are guys ever sick and feel like, man, I just want to be babied the hell out of right now? Like, I want
It's emotional stability. I'm telling y'all, that's what men
But
yearn.
do they value
They
it,
need.
though?
They do value emotional, knowing that a man can be a man at his core, the essence of a man, without knowing that he's going to be judged by his girl, his masculinity is going to be taken into question or something like that. That is the emotional stability that a man looks for.
So why are they not getting married then? Why are they not getting in relationships? Because I'm seeing the majority of single guys who are eligible guys living their best life. I don't see them looking to settle down. Like the guy said yesterday, he said, we have everything to lose if we get married. Y'all could take us to the cleaners if we get a divorce because usually we're the ones paying alimony. So I don't see in my life the guys that I know, because I have a lot of guy friends. A lot of guy friends are enjoying being single. I don't think I've ever heard any of my guy friends be like, man, I'd really like an old lady. I've never heard a guy say that, but I've heard women say it all the time. Oh man, it'd be nice to have a guy around the house. You know, like as I said, nice to fix stuff. Like I don't like.
Now, trust me, they do. Trust me, they do. You know, guys definitely do. You may not see it now. Eventually, they'll get to that point because see, a lot of let's say a lot of disappointments happen to us early on. You know what I'm saying?
African American men specifically. Go ahead, Shamonte.
There you go, bro. See, when we want to get early on, when we were younger, and I said this the other night, when we are younger, when we're in our 20s and all that, we see that fly chick, she's not checking for us because I'm not financially adequate. She want to date an older guy. She want the guy that can get her the sugar daddies. I'm joking about that. But she want to date an older guy because he can provide for her. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm just now getting to the entry level of my job. I'm making $30,000 and she's expected to have these trinkets and these nice things that right now I can't afford because I'm trying to take care of myself.
He's talking about his 20s essence. Don't get scared.
No. I'm just saying. But just
you said 30,000. She said.
No, I'm saying, but visualize it and just picture what I'm saying.
When you're saying your 20s.
We took the brunt of our setbacks.
Yes.
Early on, when younger, women can date older men. No matter the age, they turn 21, 22, 23, they dating guys way older than them. You know what I'm saying? The younger guys got to just deal with, hey, if I can book somebody, I can book somebody. So over the course of time, as we hit our 30s and 40s, we get in our careers. Financially, we started to elevate and grow. Now we've become attracted to what? Women in the younger age bracket and women in the older age bracket. So we have our choice now to choose.
Yeah.
Where the women are now marginalizing their choices because I don't want to date an older guy. I want somebody my age. See, now you scale yours down to your age group and the men's door widen. So right now, a lot of the guys, like, either they having fun and just enjoying themselves because now that the dating window has opened because now they are attractive financially.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? So now they can choose. Now, guys do get to a point where, like, yo, like I said, they get that sports smashing is over. They're tired of having this random sex. They actually want someone of quality. Now they'll be looking for the woman that can give them the emotional connection because I don't have all the physical contact I need. Now I just need a woman that's going to be there for me spiritually, emotionally, and being that person. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what you're seeing right now.
What were you going to say, Kim?
I'm just listening to this conversation. I'm just wondering when did this become such a big issue? I think in love, and when you even get to the point of wanting to marry someone and spend a lifetime with them, this is trivial. Love entails care, right? And it doesn't matter what needs to be done; it just gets done. Right?
Yeah.
I feel it.
But
I agree with that if individuals actually understand what love entails and what love is, to be honest. And especially nowadays, the definition of love has been skewed. So I agree with what you're saying, but the majority of society, they don't have that viewpoint. Love is tangible to them. Love is it can be thrown away. I mean, love in a lot of people's eyes is perfection. It's just a meadow of sunflowers and rainbows and butterflies, and they think it's going to be a smooth ride throughout, and it's not the case.
Okay, so I'm gonna put the guys in the panel on the spot. So we're talking, and to respond to what you said, Kim, you said, how do we get here? The reason that we got here specifically as far as this whole gender role thing is because a lot of men, because I speak directly to men with my social media and things like that. A lot of men have lost their motivation to be in a relationship. And to me, it's heartbreaking. And so I want to explore that and I want to understand why. So that's how we got here. But I want to know of the guys, if you are not in a relationship, why are you not in a relationship? If you guys value love and you value a woman's support and you value all that stuff, why not be in a relationship? I was like, Essence looks young.
No, all right, for myself.
She's getting wine.
It was so
my-
funny. I was like, she looks young. Wait, that's not her. Sorry, Shermonte, what were you saying?
For myself, and I can't speak for a lot of guys, you know what I mean? For myself, like I've made several attempts, you know what I'm saying, to actually be with someone.
Okay.
Over this course of time to where I'm at now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 3-year relationships, whatever, try proposing the whole nine. The thing was that during those earlier moments, the person felt that they could find somebody better than me.
Okay.
You know, so I had to deal with that.
Your lack of trying.
It wasn't my lack of trying.
Yeah.
I mean, I did everything. It's just that they felt that they could find someone better than me. You know, their own ego. Other situations is, finances. You know what I mean? Again, they wanted a lifestyle. So that's kind of what love has become now. Can this person provide me the lifestyle that I choose to use? It's not that
it's a means to an end.
Because if I have my own place. So if I'm paying my own bills or roof, if I have a car too, buying groceries, foods for myself, and you move in, guess what I'm doing? I'm taking care of the household. I'm taking care of the responsibilities. So it's not that I'm not capable of doing it. They felt that they should have the Benz or the Cayenne, or whatever, or in a 3 or 4 or 5 bedroom house. Right now, financially, I probably can't do that, but I can put a roof over our head for sure.
And
so there's a lot of dynamics that go in. So for me, I went into chill mode for just observing, just going out, little clubs, meeting new people, talking to them. So now I'm talking to you not because of your physicality. I'm talking to see where your mind is. And the minute you say something that I'm already gonna here we go. Okay. Right. Pleasure to meet you. I won't even ask for the phone number.
But it sounds like you're looking for a partner. It doesn't sound like you're just casually interacting with women.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm actually at a point where this next relationship I get in is it for me.
Nice.
So now when I'm actually meeting someone and dating someone, I'm meeting them with intentions.
Okay.
So now I want to know what your personality is. If all of a sudden, you talking about, something $20,000 bags and all that.
Miss me with that. Okay, so Ben, thank you for being so candid, Shermonte. So I gotta put you on the spot, Ben. Since you're talking about love is enough. Then what keeps?
So the reason why I'm single is a personal choice. It has nothing to do with love. It's me being completely selfish in what I want to pursue for myself. And that's really it. I'm in a space right now that I don't want to be in a position to put another person's
needs first
self in my decision-making process. That's just me. I'm 25. I typically date older. I do pretty well for myself right now. So the women in my age group, our thought processes, they don't align. Okay? So, what you laughing at?
No, you said okay.
Okay. They don't align. So I'm in this space right now where I'm just like, let me get myself fully together and let me do what I want to do.
So.
And then when I get in position, go ahead.
No, please continue.
And then when I get at a space to where I want to pursue a woman, I will pursue a woman with intention. And the intention would be to have that emotional stability, to have someone with the same thought process, with the emotional maturity, being able to articulate to me what they need, and not me being having to guess.
So you feel
that's what I'd be looking for.
You feel like there will be a time in your life where you feel that need to have that partner. Is that what you're saying?
For sure.
Essence and I are over here having a whole conversation about this.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Yeah, we're in the same room together.
Oh, okay. Now it makes sense.
I'm listening to Ben, and just when I heard his age and I really fully understood where he was coming from, the unfortunate thing for your generation, Ben, is that the basis of what relationships are, the foundations of relationships are built on are transactional. And I'm sorry that you're dealing with that. I believe, like, regardless of what you have going on in your life, if you met somebody that did not put that criterion on you, you would fall in love and be able to achieve whatever it is you're going to achieve with the right woman by your side. We're older. We're much older than you. And
Not that much.
I mean,
She's like, speak for yourself.
I'm far removed from 25 and divorced, was married for 12 years. Now, I married my ex-husband. He was 25 at the time, and I was 20, going on 21. And I'm bringing this up for a reason, because we were just two people in love with one another. And we didn't have any, like, any gender roles or whatever. We just figured it out. I mean, there were times when we were like flat broke, didn't have anything, just working, trying to make ends meet, but we made sure one another was okay. Okay. I know and I understand that has changed. Like, people are like, screw that. Why would I struggle with you when I can struggle by myself? Or I'm coming to the table with this. What are you bringing to the table? Well, ideally, it's that two people should get together and build that table together, right? That's what love does. Now, if you are of a certain social class and you're like wanting to match with somebody who is going to take you to the next level in your career or get you more money, and then you like purposefully link up with people who have those same ideals, and then you have conversations about what that person is going to do for you and what you're going to do for them. That's how I'm saying, like, I'm listening to this conversation. I'm just blown away by why this is a thing. I'm just not used to it. And I understand that my way of loving someone is antiquated, so to speak.
Yeah, these modern guys will have you depressed. I interviewed a guy, I believe it was yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. I interviewed a guy on Instagram, and he was explaining that he said with basically men are winning right now. They have their pick of whatever woman they want. And so when they reach a certain position in life, like where Ben is trying to get to, they can pick and choose. And so they're going to, get whoever they can get, but they're not pressed. And he was saying, furthermore, a lot of guys are terrified of getting into a marriage relationship because it's a legally binding relationship, and looking at the statistics of divorce, they're like, what is the benefit? And also he was saying, like, they're not seeing a lot of value coming from women. They're getting more of a headache. So I'm in agreement. I'm playing devil's advocate, obviously, because I'm trying to have the conversation and flesh out the different thoughts. But I'm with you, Kim. I feel like if you want to make something happen, you will make something happen. I feel like women have intrinsic value just in what we provide emotionally. I feel like we're a safe place because men are not traditionally allowed to go there. But with a woman, it's like that's the one space where you can be vulnerable and all that jazz. But listening to a lot of modern men, I'm not going to lie, it is very discouraging hearing what's in their mind. When they're speaking candidly and not trying to sound, eloquent for whatever platform they're on, when they're really getting down to it. And then you also look at their actions, which is a lot of guys are staying single longer and longer and longer. So I appreciate you guys so much. It always blows my mind how quickly an hour goes by. It has already been a whole hour, 6 o'clock here at Cali time. I appreciate everybody who is watching. If you haven't given your city and state, drop it now so I can shout you out. But I think I shouted everybody out. You guys were awesome in the comments. I love it when you are, involved in the way that you guys were today. I appreciate the new faces coming on. Even though some of you guys are not new from my other platforms, you guys are new to YouTube. So thank you so much. If you guys would like more content between now and next Sunday, you can follow me on Instagram. Ben, I actually put your IG on the screen, so it's there if anyone wants to follow Ben and his journey. He gives some fitness tips. Shermonte, would you like to put your anything? Do you want to put anything in your name? Because your name that comes up right now just says Shamonte's iPhone. I usually say it at the beginning, and I totally forgot, you guys. I'm sorry.
I forgot to put my IG. Yeah, it's
I'll type it out for you if you want.
Want me to put it in the chat?
Yeah, put it in the chat, and then I'll post it.
All right.
That way, if you guys have any businesses that you guys have, or you have just a fun account that you would like people to follow, you can do that, and I will update it right now. If anyone wants to just do any shameless plugs right now, you can before I close out, because I appreciate you guys spending your time with me on here. Okay, this is okay.
I put
Perfect.
my IG in the chat.
I just saw yours. All right, so let me change yours really quick. Y'all write these down if you would like to follow.
Hold on.
I don't know why. Oh,
How
there
do
we
you
go.
get to the chat, honey? How do you work this Zoom?
He said, I know, he's not used to Zoom. All right, so we got Essence.
Dang, you just can't click it and goes to the... Okay, hold on. I'm a screenshot.
Yeah, or you could just text it, doesn't matter. All right, so let's see. I think Kim, did you want to put anything on there? IG at...
One last
Put our
thing.
IG in the chat.
Oh, perfect.
Here we go.
All right.
And one last thing, though.
Yes. Go
It's
ahead.
not new. What you're hearing is not new. People are just starting to pay attention to it now that men are more vocal.
Got you.
Because it's been around for a while. A lot of the guys felt like this, like you said. If they start saying this, they soft, they this, they blah, 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 blah. But now they're just to the point like, you know what? Some of them are just tired. The younger generation are just more vocal, and they're more stern about it, and they don't care no more. That's the difference.
Yeah.
We cared when as a young early on, because we didn't want to be soft. But these young guys now, they just don't care. So they just saying.
Sorry, I'm looking at this. Domestic work is so undervalued. Yeah, this was definitely an interesting conversation. So this is funny because you were saying you were in the same room. So earlier, Kim was on a call, and her voice wasn't loud, but I could hear the audio and see her lips were going at the same time, but she was muted. So I was like, how can I hear her what she's saying, but she's muted? And now it all makes sense. Y'all could have really pulled a fast one on me if you had wanted to, because I would not have caught that same wallpaper. I wouldn't have caught that. That was pretty funny. But I was like, I don't understand how they doing it. All right, guys. Anyone want to do a plug before we leave? Plug whatever you want, and then I'm signing off. So speak now or forever hold your peace.
Hey, I can speak. So I own a gym here in Los Angeles, California, as well as Atlanta. If you guys are looking to get in shape, get in the best shape of your life, hit me up. I deal with nutrition as well as fitness. So I'm always looking for new trainers and all that good stuff.
Perfect.
So my IG is Ego Kick. Definitely check me out. Last year I made $250,000 just doing fitness.
Hey.
I would love to show any and everybody else how to do that too.
Awesome. Very awesome. I'm on my fitness journey, so I'm going to peep out your page. Anyone else want to plug?
Yes. I'm Popular Media on IG.
Okay.
And also you can check out my cooking show, which is on Facebook, called Forks and Spoons. You know what I'm saying? Got a couple videos up there. Please follow, share, whatever you can.
My bad. I put that on Kim. My bad. Let me take it off of Kim.
And if you're in Atlanta on Wednesdays, Yonci and friends, we're gonna have a meetup at
Apartment
4B.
They don't know about that. The YouTube. That's the private intel.
I'm out.
No, I'm saying you might get more than you bargained for at your event. But I'm just saying. Don't blame me if the randoms come through. No shade. Okay. Let's see. And then did anyone else want to plug anything before we go? All right, guys. So that is it. I'm going to sign off now. Until next time, tell someone that you love them. Hang tight, guys. I will say